Happy Monday, and welcome to another episode of Monday Huddle. How are you today? And I hope that all is well with you. Hope that you've had a wonderful day. Um, so, on last week, we talked about is burnout real? And we did determine that yes, it is real. And you had an assignment to check in with yourself. Pay attention to see if you had any subtle signs of burnout. So, welcome back if you were here with us last week, and welcome if this is your first time here. I am Deetra Dennis, and I am a registered nurse of 29 years. I am also a National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach, and you know what? I am the self-care coach for nurses, and I'm devoted to supporting my sisters in prioritizing the care of their MVP. And who is their MVP? Themselves, or might I say, it's you. Yes, so that you can show up and be the best version of yourself in every role that you have throughout your day. So before we get into what is burnout doing to your body, I invite you to go ahead and like the video and then share this with someone who you feel could benefit from what we talk about. And so here at the Monday Huddle, it is actually like our casual water cooler conversation, if you will. So I'm going to look down and see if there anyone checking in. And when you log in, definitely let me know where you're tuning in from. And thank you for those of you that commented, after the video last week and shared, your input from checking in with yourself or paying attention to the subtle signs. So thank you again. And feel free to do that if you're not watching live with us. If you're watching a replay, I still want to, get some feedback from you. So I didn't see anyone log in, but I will keep checking throughout this conversation. This is brief. I don't want to keep you long because I know it's the evening and you're preparing. If you haven't already had dinner, you're probably preparing for dinner. So it's just a little casual conversation at the water cooler, if you will. So, and if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes because I like to bring value here when we are here together. So, again, what is burnout doing to your body? Well, this is going to be going back a little bit to anatomy and physiology, so bear with me. We're going back to the basics, and this is something, if you will indulge me, please. I know you're probably saying, Deetra, I already know this, and you do, but allow me to just be a reminder of some things that I'll talk about today. And I know as a little girl, my mom's aunt, so she was my great aunt, was in her 90s, and she would always say this to me, even as a little girl. She said, baby, I'm not too old to learn. I can learn even from you. And there's also an African proverb that says, a wise man never knows all. And I'll let you Google what the last part is. I won't say what the last part is, but Google that. So as a wise woman, I'm asking that you open your heart and mind to receive what I'm talking about today. Again, it's back to the basics and just as a reminder of some things that you already know. So, when I think about what is going on, and remember we talked about burnout was a prolonged stress. And so when you have that chronic stress or prolonged stress, different things are going on in your body, as you know. So when you think about your muscles, you tend to have a lot of tension. Your shoulders might be up a little higher. You may have a headache. You may have aches and pains, and even sometimes muscle strain because of the prolonged stress. So another thing and there are many things that go on in your body. I'm not going to go through all of them. But another is your heart. When you have prolonged stress, you may have heart palpitations or irregular rhythm, may have increased blood pressure, which increases the risk of stroke and heart attack. And now, because the primary stress hormone, cortisol, what happens is it slows down your metabolism. And because of that, there's a possibility of weight gain, especially, the muffin top. And then it could be, like I said, the blood pressure could be increased in your blood sugar because the release of blood glucose in the bloodstream because of the prolonged stress. And many other things that go on with that. So I know you're saying, well, what can we do about it? I'm glad you asked. Is anyone commenting in? Okay, I don't see any comments right now. But anyway, so I just want to ask you this. So this is really what's happening with your body. So have you ever been in a situation, or maybe in a movie or in our community, if someone starts running, you just automatically pick up your things and run. You ask questions later. Have you ever done that? So what is going on with your body is like, okay, so your body is saying, okay, so you want us to be in the stress mode all the time? Okay, well, this is what we're going to do. So it's like your body is on that hamster wheel going and going and going with having that adrenaline rush, in a sense, going on with your body. So what can you do to change that? So basically, we want to stop the stress response and activate the relaxation response. And so the best thing to do, there are many things to do, but it is to, apply some relaxation techniques. One in particular, deep breathing, because what that does, again, it relaxes the body. And you can do that while you're in whatever stressful situation going on. So I'll give an example. So say, for instance, if you're in the hospital setting and you already have high acuity patients, you have a large caseload, patient to nurse nurse to patient ratio is already high, and then you get a call on your mobile that, hey, you have another admission, you have an admission coming. Okay, you at that point, you may want to use some colorful language. But what you can do is pause and take a deep breath. In between going from assessing one patient, going to another patient's room, before going into the next patient's room, it's a good idea to take a deep breath before you go to the next one, so that you can be fully present with that patient that you're going in to assess. Take that deep breath. Or if you have a moment to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. And, if it means, saying a prayer, or if it means taking the deep breath, or saying an affirmation, whatever you need to do to turn off that stress response. Because, things happen, and, some days are busier than others. So you can't control that, but you can control how you respond, or how the stressors affect you. So that is something that you can do to reduce that stress response. So, we don't want to continue to have that prolonged stress going on in our body. As I mentioned, just two things that happen, the muscle tension, or, having with your heart, beating irregular, or causing you to have high blood pressure, things of that nature. So I'm going to check again just to see if I see any comments or anyone. I don't see any. So I'll keep going. And so again, this is a brief time. And so after you continue to practice this over a period of time, you will be able to, remain calm, cool and collected, if you will, calm, cool, and collected when it comes to those stressful situations. And it will cause your mood to change. You'll have more joy, being able to turn off the stress response and turn on the relaxation response. So I am going to give you another task this week to consider. Again, share this video with someone who you feel could benefit from what I discussed. And then I want you to practice when you feel yourself in those subtle signs that you checked in with yourself on last week. When you feel that, pause and practice whatever relaxation technique that you would like, be it deep breathing, even if it's after your shift or working. What do you do? Do you turn on some music to help relax you? Do you yoga, any type of moving, be it walking, be it dancing, whatever it is to help switch off the stress response and turn on the relaxation response. So I would like to hear that from you throughout the week. What is that relaxation technique that you apply to help you in activating your relaxation response? So, I always like to end with a quote. So the quote today is, attention to the human body brings healing and regeneration. Through awareness of the body, we remember who we really are. So today, I'm just reminding you of who you are before you were a nurse, before you were mom, before you were whatever title, you were who you are. You are the woman wonderfully made by the Creator. So just this was a reminder for you. So I'm going to check one more time before I end to see if if anyone has checked in. All right, I see one like. Thank you very much for that. So again, tune in again next Monday for our next Monday huddle. It's a good one. I've already started preparing my, because again, I prepare before coming before you. I try to, really sit quiet and, understand and know what is maybe on your heart and mind to help you prioritize the MVP, your MVP, you. Okay, so I'm going to check one more time, make sure no comments. All right, so I don't see any. So enjoy the rest of your day and have a wonderful week.